Hello, fellow entrepreneurs. I'm Sharitha Gordon, the owner of Strategic Steps Consulting. For this session today, I'm gonna talk to you about some questions that we always get whenever I'm dealing with clients. So I just want to answer those questions for you because I know you don't know what you don't know. And my job, that I feel like, is to help you know what you need to know before you start this journey as an entrepreneur. So let's get started. So number one is, if you start a business middle of the year, beginning of the year, and you start a business during tax season, are you required to file a zero return? So you didn't make any money that year. You didn't have anything that you need to put on it because you started the business as an LLC. You formed it, but you didn't do anything with it. You didn't have any customers. You doing it. I'm talking about those people. No business, didn't take a dime, didn't make anything. You started the business, you kind of fell off. You didn't know if you really wanted to do it, but you created it with the state. Okay, I'm not talking about a sole proprietor. I'm talking about those people that you created something with the state. You did an LLC. Well, guess what? You're required to file a zero return because you filed with the state as an LLC. That made yourself a legitimate business. Whether you make money or not, you're required to file an income tax. And that kind of tricks people up because they don't file. And then when they do file, they're being fined. And they don't understand why they're paying a fine. They don't understand why the city or the state is fining them. You don't understand why the IRS is fining them. Like, what's going on? They make any money? Why am I having to pay taxes? Because you told them I'm a business. So it doesn't matter that you didn't make any money. Okay? Number two, will a bank lend me money or give me a loan as a new business owner? That means I've been in business less than 2 years. I'm a new business owner. I have this great idea and I need money though. I need funding. Well, funding's hard to come by. So everything is speculative. What it means is there's different situations that this will be an absolute no. And then there's some situations where it'll be a yes. And so to make it simple, on the average, a bank will not lend to a new business owner, okay, that has less than 2 years. Reason being is because they have criteria because they are a business. And so they need to be able to see that you have a consistent cash flow for 2 years to show that you are a legitimate business. And that's because on the average, 3 to 5 years, a business closes. And so a bank gives you money and then you can't pay them. That's a problem. Now, are there cases where a bank will write you a check and have no problem with that? Yes. If you have a government contract that's solidified, signed, done, then they know they're going to get paid. If you have clients, a client list that's long as your arm, you got clients and they're buying, and you just need more money to hire or you need more money for inventory, they have a legitimate site to see that you have clients and they're gonna get paid. So there are, exceptions to the rule, but the general rule is 2 years of tax returns and then we'll give you money. Now that's banks, but as a business owner, you are the funder of your business. So you have to be willing to put skin in the game. You have to be willing to pay money for your own business. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, I don't have to use my money to use other people's money. Yep, you can. You really can. You can. You can find investors where you sell off half of your company or most of your company and you get these investors. Or you can get a third-party company to give you a loan. Or you can wait 2 years and get a bank to give you some money. There's ways to get money and use other people's money. But at the end of the day, on average, an investor is not going to give you any money without seeing that you put money in. Would you give me 100K, 50K, and I put nothing in? So I'm telling you, I don't even trust my own vision. Just saying. Okay, number three. Are there government grants for small business owners? And that is a yes and no, meaning that there are grants out there if you are a nonprofit organization. If you are a nonprofit organization, the government has a lot of grants that you as a nonprofit can apply for and get. As a profit business, the government usually does not have grants for those businesses. Now, are there exceptions to the rules? Yes, during the pandemic, the government put out some grants for businesses to help them get on their feet, but we're out of the pandemic and a lot of those grants are gone and don't exist and never did. Now, prior to the pandemic, there was an absolutely positively no way around it. Couldn't tell you yes if I wanted to, it was a no. But since the pandemic, the government has been trying to find ways to help small businesses. So there are some grants out there, mostly designed for nonprofits, and there's other grants designed for the state government to issue to small business owners to help their ecosystem in their business atmosphere. Okay, so you would have to look to see, do you qualify, or do these grants apply to you? But with most of the time in business, there is not a grant for a small business owner to get started, meaning startup money. Okay. Now, there are grants, I'm saying government. My question was government. Now, there are grants designed through corporations and organizations that want to give back to the business community. So they have grants designed for those for those companies. You have to apply and meet the criteria to be able to get these grants, but there are some out there. So you have to look and dig and figure out, which ones apply to you, what works for you, and do you even qualify for the grant? But on the average, that doesn't work, right? So how do I get funding? That is the other question. Well, I'm telling you, no, there's no grants, no, there's no money. Bank is not going to give me any money. How do I get funding, Sharitha? Well, how you get funding is you. You as a business owner have to start out understanding that you are the bank for your business. You're the bank. You're the bank for your business. Or investors, that's third-party investors, family investors, friends investors. That is who the bank is too, if you use investors. Then you have third-party lending companies. These are companies like QuickBooks and PayPal and all these other organizations that will lend you money. They give you quick cash, okay, with a high turnover, meaning that you got to return it in a week, return it in 4 months, return it in 6 months. But that's a way for you to fund your business, as well as credit cards. A lot of companies fund their business through credit cards because they're in control of what they charge and what they put. And then when they get the money from customers, they pay the card off. And then there's banks, of course, regular banks, loans, they get that from that. So you have to look at your financial strategy on how to fund your business. The average entrepreneur doesn't have a financial strategy to fund their business. So they find themselves in a situation where they're bumping their heads because now I need money to hire, or I need money for inventory, or I need cash flow for different things. Like if I'm a construction company, I got to buy the construction stuff to build the house. So I need to get the money for the construction supplies before I can build the house. So that's why they make you pay for the house before they build it, because they need that money to build it. There's a systematic way and a structure on what they're doing so that they can always have the cash flow they need and the inventory to buy inventory to do the thing they need to do in order to make more money off of it. So you have, as an owner, have to come up with a strategy for how you're going to keep your cash flow liquid. How am I going to make sure I have enough money for inventory, to buy things, for payroll, for bills, pay my rent, whatever it is. As an owner, your financial strategy is imperative and important. And I won't get into that. But that is my 4 questions for you today. I wanted to give you some questions and the answers so that you would understand how to apply these to your business. Some of these will not apply to you depending on how your business is legally structured, but they will help you think about which way am I building my company and what I need to know that I don't know. So I'm trying to help you go through your journey with more answers and less headache. So let's take away the frustration and just give you the answer. So I'm Sharitha Gordon, the owner of Strategic Steps Consulting. Please follow me on Facebook. Follow me on LinkedIn. Check out my YouTube page at BSN888. That's BSN888, where you can find more videos like this that are helpful from lawyers, from CPAs, and from me, a business consultant and business coach, that helps you navigate this business journey so you can be the best that you can be. And I hope that you make every step strategic. Have a great week. Talk to you later. Bye.